Welcome back to the Coach's Hour. You're here with myself, Hym, and my co-host, Jewade Graham. So today we're going to be talking all things Christmas. If you don't know, we always record the podcast in advance and, talk about being organized. What's the day today? 10th of October today. So we're talking about Christmas in October. It's a little bit like putting, I think, the Christmas tree out, like just way ahead of time, but in October. So Christmas is a season that clients tend to slow down. Business tends to get pretty quiet. And coming towards the end of the year, most coaches will start kind of questioning their lives, right? So in this episode, we're going to share some of our experiences with Christmas and coaching. So let's start with our plans for Christmas. Fuck me, it's 10th of October.
I know, I haven't thought that. I'm a humbug. I haven't thought that far ahead. I can't even think of tomorrow at the moment.
Yeah. So what do you tend to do for Christmas?
So we're talking personal, client-wise, or both? Like where we're going with this?
Let's go with both. Let's see if we can do some personal stuff and we'll talk a bit about the clients as well.
Cool. So we'll go clients first or personal first? We'll go personal?
Yeah, let's go
personal first. So I don't really celebrate Christmas too much as well. As I get older, like I don't celebrate it as much. I think Christmas is more of a kid's thing, and my little one is under 2. So I think Christmas will be a little bit more involved, like maybe next year, the year after. But like last year, he was barely doing anything. So you don't used to get him anything, do you? Yeah. So I think for me, I don't really celebrate Christmas too much. I just use it as time to relax, if you can call it that. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm like, we spoke about this before. I'm not really a celebration type person. I don't have that really in me. But like I said, yeah, I think it's to do with the kids more as well. And my little one's similar age to yourself. So I think this year we'll probably do a few more things. And yes, usually it's more of a gathering with family, than anything else. We'll have a meal. But I don't tend to take it too far. Some people.
So do you put a tree up? You got a tree?
My wife wants to get a tree this year. I think she's ordered a tree this year. So
real or fake?
Fake.
Ah.
Fake, we're more of a. Is that better? That's better, right? Like in terms
better
of
for the
environment.
Yeah, better for you can recycle. But then again, now I think you can get the ones that are real, but someone just drops it off and then picks it back up and replants it.
No way.
I don't know. I've never done it, but I've heard good things about it. It's better for the environment, no plastic, real but gets recycled.
Outside our flat, we had somebody, I think 2 Christmases ago, they put this Christmas tree up, right? It was there until the next Christmas. It didn't, it was brown, but it was still up. It was still up. It was still up. It's gone now, but yeah, it was.
100%. This is what I mean. I've got problems because 100% I just kicked it over. These times, it'd been messy for me as well. So yeah. So personally, I don't really celebrate Christmas, but like, do you take time off of work and check-ins and everything else, or do you just plow on straight through?
To be fair, I kind of plow on. Like I tell my clients, look, if you want to, I give them the option. Like if you want to check in during Christmas, you're more than welcome to. If you want to, have a slightly more relaxed, like we just communicate over WhatsApp, you can do that as well. So it just really depends on the individual. I'm still working myself, but usually I think a lot of clients tend to, have a slightly more, chilled out, like they're more happy with, just communication over WhatsApp. So that kind of gives me a bit more time in terms of work. What about yourself?
So what do you tell your clients? Because like when I say, okay then, what do you tell your personal training clients? Because I'm a bit of a prick here with mine. Because I'll tell them to, take some time off, rest, prepare for the new year. And personally, like I want to take time off, but I just get antsy, and I'm just like, I need to crack on with some stuff. Yeah. So like I'm similar to you in terms of like tell clients we can take the week off if you want to, don't need to check in or whatever else it may be, but I'm here if you want. But then I'm like, I do tell them, because like a lot of my clients are PTs now, so similar to you, I tell them, take some time off for yourself. It's Christmas, it's New Year. Go and enjoy yourself and prepare yourself for the... And I'm like, are you going to do the same? And I'm like, yeah. These times I know my laptop is fully charged all the way through, just ploughing on. And then going back to like when you were on the gym floor, how did you navigate Christmas? Because I used to, especially when I worked in Nottingham, I'd go home for like Christmas Boxing Day and I'd come back to Nottingham for the few days in between to get a couple of sessions in. And then I'd go back home for New Year's. And in hindsight, I'm like, what the hell were you doing? Just take a week off. But when I was in it, I was like, I need to get a couple of sessions in here. I got a week in between. What did you do?
I think because when I did PT, it was like majority of my career of one-to-one, like face-to-face, it was always working in a business, right? So it's always I'd always have that mindset of if you don't work, you don't get paid. So I didn't really like, and I think this is the same for a lot of trainers, right? This is dilemmas. Like, I don't tend to take that. I've never really taken that much time off. When I did one-to-one PT, I could count the number of times in both my hands, like how much actual time that I've taken off. And yeah, I think the biggest dilemma is like, not only are you not making money because you're not training clients, right? But you're also then away. So you're spending money as well. Obviously, Christmas, maybe you're not spending as much, but maybe you're buying presents. Maybe like yourself, you need to travel. So you spend on travel. So it's like, I'm also digging into my savings as well. I'm not just not making money, but I'm also digging. So that was always like, for me, I was like, I can't be, I'm always like, save. I need to save money, so.
Yeah, that's common among like many PTs. Even when you're doing well, you're like, if one client drops off, I'm in shit's creek again. So I got a question for you actually as well. It's just come to my head because you're dieting at the moment, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, I saw
2
on your
days,
story.
2 days in.
I saw on your story today. So at the time of recording, you were 0.5 up. Let's go.
Yeah, 45.
So how long are you dieting for, and will you be dieting over Christmas?
So my aim is to get to around, I'd say about 80 kilos.
And where are you now again? 89? Is it 90? 89?
Nah, I'm 87. I'm 87. I think it was 87.55 today, this morning. So my aim is to get to about 80. I think I'm looking at a bit more of an aggressive type diet. So I should be able to finish it off before Christmas. So it should be like the start of December.
So hang on then. So
Christmas.
Let's say you get it all off.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas comes, are you putting it all back on, or how are you managing?
Oh, of course. Nah, that's not like like I said, I'm not. For me, Christmas isn't. Yes, it's some time off, but it doesn't. I don't really deviate how I eat.
So like, do you have like a Christmas meal? Like do turkeys and whatnot? And
we don't do. We don't really do turkeys, so we do turkey's dry, man. Turkey's like diet food.
Do you know what it is? It's dry, but I don't. It must be the magic of Christmas. This is me getting all excited. It must be the magic of Christmas because it's dry, but at the same time, Christmas it's proper. Just that one day, and
it's
maybe
all that
Boxing
gravy
Day.
you're putting on.
Exactly.
No, so we do. I think it's the same for most Chinese families. They do we do hot pot. So I don't know if you've ever heard of
I've had a couple of Chinese clients hot pot. Yeah.
So it's like you're basically you're boiling soup, right? And everyone's just got meat or vegetables and you're just boiling it in. It's kind of a weird concept. But if you're in London, there's a place called Heidi Lao. So you can get, that's like hot pot out. But we tend to do it at home. And yeah,
so what, does everyone just bring in like some meat and then just throw it in
usually,
the pot?
So we go to my father-in-law and he preps everything. So he's like sliced up beef, chicken, we got prawns, you got fish balls, veggies, and you're just basically boiling
everything in the pot.
But because it's like you're cooking everything and it's
so how big is this pot? Massive or what? Like
it's kind of like you could think of it like almost like an Instapot, that kind of size, but bigger.
Yeah.
Slightly wider, right?
Yeah.
Flatter, low, and yeah.
Oh, okay. So that means Christmas dinner is not like traditional, like English turkey, this, that, whatever.
We might have that the next day. But it's not. Even then, it's like
that's loads of preparation, isn't it?
Yeah.
To do your hot pot the one day, and then the turkey and whatnot the other day.
Yeah.
You're definitely putting that.
But I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't eat that much. Like I don't. Everyone says that, right?
Yeah, no.
But I'm not. I don't. I'm really in tune with how my fullness is, right? So I never like to eat until I'm stuffed to that point where I'm like, but unless I'm like finishing contest prep, right? But otherwise, I don't have that tendency to eat to that degree. And then the rest of the days between it, I'm pretty structured. Like,
and so do you train over Christmas?
If time permits, then yeah, we'll train.
Yeah, cool.
And most of the time, I think I can't remember, a year that I haven't really trained. And we say like around Christmas, but there's not really time that I take off. I enjoy training. So if I enjoy it, I've got time off. I'm going to train.
I remember my best session, and I the reason why I remember it probably is because I was dieting at the time. I was dieting over Christmas. My best session was Boxing Day. The gym was a gym group gym, gym group gym. So it was like a shit gym. But I went there Boxing Day, got a day pass, and it was my best session ever. Probably because I was just full of gravy, turkey or whatnot. And it's like, because I'd been dieting for like probably about 8-9 weeks at the time, and that's the first diet I'd done as well. So I was like, yeah, I can lift this whole place up. And it was crazy.
Feel that turkey pump.
Yeah, literally, it was mad. And that was my best session. And every year near enough now, I'll do a session on either Boxing Day or the day after. More time Boxing Day, to be fair.
Was it busy, the gym group?
Surprisingly, it was, but it's 24/7, isn't it? Like, I think the gym's 24/7, isn't it? Yeah. So like loads of people. It was like, it wasn't, where was I? I was up north somewhere at the time. And it was just like, there's random people just in and out. And I was like, because there's even people working shifts there. And I was like, you can do a shift on Boxing Day. That's absolutely bonkers. Because I needed a day pass. So like, I got the code and there was someone, I was like, fucking hell.
There's always one person that doesn't celebrate it.
Yeah, but then there's not celebrating it, but there's going into work to do 4 hours free coaching, do you know what I mean? Or your free gym shift. It's crazy.
What do you think of the people who kind of make it like a thing? Like some people they're like, oh yeah, I'm training on Christmas Day, or I'm training on like Boxing Day. Like,
yeah, I think it's bollocks. Like, if you're going to do it, then do you have to like make it like a badge? Because it's not like a badge. Just go and train on Christmas. Like, as you said, we like training. If you like training, you'll probably train the day after Christmas as well. You're not gonna want to post on a random Tuesday, I'm training on Tuesday, let's get it. People actually do that though, so it might just be them. But yeah, I think I don't like all this. It's the same as like in the trenches, when it's like one of those throwaway sayings, isn't it? I'm gonna train, never, no days off Christmas Day or whatever.
Hardest worker in the room.
Yeah, go and train and fucking shut up and go back and eat your turkey afterwards. You know what I mean? So yeah, not too bad. And how do you? So like we spoke about personal stuff. Business wise, like, do you make any plans for the new year specifically?
I think it depends on it. Like when I first started doing online, I did. That was like it was like a good time to really push your business, right? To get more clients. Everyone's looking to start in the new year. So in the past, I have done bigger pushes for like January to take intake of people. Nowadays, probably less so. Even last year I didn't, because I've got a pretty stable client base. And it's not like I'm particularly looking to take on tons of people in January. And often what I found is the people who usually start in January don't, they're almost impulse buyers. They don't really tend to succeed that much, versus, if I have clients who are like ready to go and like they start actually before Christmas, they tend to be really good. Like the people who start like now, October, November, because there's going to be some people already thinking like, oh, I'll save it to the new year. And they're thinking about that already, right? But the people who actually start to take action like now and be like, I want to get ahead. And then I want to learn how to navigate around Christmas. And then January, I'm going to, take it maybe up a further notch, right? That's the next level. The next level. Take it to the next level.
I think that's interesting as well, because like, as you were speaking, I was thinking about the economics of it. And there's 2 things that came to my mind. So like the people that I'll start with January actually and come back to the people that start now. So people that start in January, I don't know if it's just me, but my Januaries weren't actually very busy. It was February that was quite busy. And I don't actually know the science behind it, but in my head, it was like people get paid before Christmas. So you get your Christmas paycheck before Christmas. As we just spoke about, you got expenses coming out your ears. Then you've got to make it through the whole of January on that same paycheck till you get the end of January paycheck. And that's when you get a little bit more normal. So I used to find a little bit of a bump in February, not January. And as you were speaking about people that start in October, I was like, why and how do they carry on through January? And I think it's because it's already in their budget. Like, even though we get paid, or if you work a normal job, you get paid at the end of December, before, like early in December. If you're already paying PT, it's like it goes out with your mortgage payment, it goes out with the bill pay, like it just comes out automatically. So you've already budgeted for it. And I think that might play into like why people that start now actually coast through January at a good pace. financially at least anyway, because yes, you might be a bit more motivated in January to do something, but then you're like, I'm rubbing pennies together, like I can't even afford it kind of thing.
I always see like, coaching is like, as you progress, right, it's part of your business expense. So it should kind of be budgeted in that way. It's like, if you pay for a business mentor, if you pay for anything in your business, right, even if you need to, I don't know, get food, or you need to pay for travel in your business, right? It's like, it's part of that expense, right? So it shouldn't really ever not have money aside, unless your business isn't doing good in terms of you don't have that much disposable money that you can spend for your business and you need to budget. So I feel like you should always have that. But I mean, PTs are notorious for being really bad with their money, right? Because it's like, it's almost like a drug deal. You're getting loads of money and you're just like, yeah, in one shot, and you feel rich, but you got to make that last through, months at like December where they're tough.
So what would you tell your personal trainer clients if, like, let's say I'm your PT client and I'm saying I'm preparing for January, what would your advice be? Would you have any advice for me specifically? Would it be just
in terms of business, like?
Yeah, in terms of business. Yeah. So yeah, business, not like coaching or fat loss or whatever else, because I'm eating everything on Christmas Day.
Yeah. I think the best, like, if I think back on what I've done, my best launches in January, they've been through the build up that I've done in December. So, on December, posting transformations, like, look, this is what I do. And what I found is people on social media during Christmas, that December month, people are smashing it. Like, that period where you're taking time off or you're resting a bit more, you're watching probably YouTube, you're watching TV a bit more, during that kind of week transition from Christmas to the new year, you're not working as much. It's like, you're kind of like sitting there thinking there's nothing to watch. It's because you've watched it all. You've seen all the YouTube, all your subscriptions, you've watched it all, right? And that is the same for social media content. You're scrolling, people's doom scrolling through Instagram, right? And they're going, oh, I've seen this post, seen this post, seen this person post. It's like, where's you're looking for this next thing. And most of the creators, they are kind of taking breaks during Christmas, right? So if you're there posting stuff and being present, right, people are going to see that. And they're more likely to see that in December. So when someone sees that in December, they're like, okay, if I'm looking for a coach, if I'm looking to do this guy's been posting this stuff, right? He's been posting testimonies, he's been posting results, posting stuff that interests me. What's going to happen in January when somebody's looking for a coach? They're going to look out for you, right?
I think you said something quite important. I was going to pick up on it myself, but you said it. You said this person or this coach is posting stuff that interests me. And I think a lot of coaches fall into the pitfall of just posting nonsense content, like how to eat 1,200 calories on Christmas Day. And it's like, absolutely no one cares about that. Or how to not eat chocolate on Christmas Day. And it's like, people are going to eat chocolate. Like, it's bullshit content. If you're going to make content, make it interesting. Like, we've spoken about Christmas, and it's not how to do your best launch as a personal trainer over Christmas, even though we will get onto some tips and hints, whatever else, but it's like, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. Now it's like, I do. And people relate to that because there are going to be people that don't celebrate Christmas. And it's like, yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas either. Then the next day it's a transformation post and it's just relatable, then value or inspiration, then testimonial, then some other nonsense. I'm not getting my daughter a present or my son a present this year because they've been naughty. They're getting under the naughty stairs. And that's something that might be interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Don't call social services, but that's interesting. And I think a lot of coaches fall into the pattern of, this is the best 5-day split over Christmas. We're going to train because we're fucking freaks. But the general population client, they're thinking, what do you want about? I'm down south with my family, my in-laws on Christmas. I'm not going to be doing no 5-day split. If you show me how you open your presents on Christmas Day, I'll probably look at that. Then maybe 2 hours later, you've got a transformation out. I will look at that as well. And I'll probably link, maybe not even consciously, but I'll link the dots somewhere down the line. That's when they'll buy from you. And I think if people are going to be posting in December and throughout December, I think it should at least be like, not behind the scenes, because I hate, that's another one, behind the scenes. Just living your, I do it as myself as well. Like behind the scenes, I'm like, no, I'm just living my fucking life. It's not behind the scenes. This is it. This is the scene. But showing people a little bit behind the curtain of like, I'm actually a human being and I get sick results.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? How I think it's like the blind follow the blind. It's like one person posts this and they're like, oh, I need content idea. I'll copy that person and do my own version of it. And it's like, actually think about, and I think it's the same in terms of just general content for a lot of coaches. Like, it's knowing who you are like posting to and what reaction do you actually want to get from, like, would you actually listen to that? Would you look at that? Would you watch that? Is it actually useful? Yeah, I don't know how many people would really care too much about 1,200 calories.
Yeah,
on Christmas.
It's nonsense. And you know, like the funny thing is, I've recently, hopefully by the time this airs, I'll still be doing it and I won't have chucked it in. But I'm doing a 90-day challenge, and me being me and how I operate, there is not one day that has been planned. I'm just literally doing 90-day challenge, like 90 day of posting, and whatever I wake up and I want to post, I just post that. And the weird thing is, I'm already like about 3 or 4 days ahead of myself now. And it's not by design. Like literally, because I don't put pressure on myself to post, I'm getting loads of ideas and I'm noticing like we're here now. We'll probably get a picture of this and this will be long gone by the time this gets out there, but there'll be a post about recording a podcast or doing something that's a little bit more long form or providing value, whatever it might be. But I'm noticing a little bit more things to post about, and it might not interest a lot of people, but I don't care because I'm not following a trend. I'm literally just posting exactly what I want, and people that relate to me would probably find what I want to post funny, engaging, interesting, informational, whatever it might be. So I think, and I've been in there before as well, where I've looked at, oh, it's Christmas. Who's posting the best Christmas content? Let me look at that. I'll plan my Christmas content out day by day. And it's like 12 days before. Is it 12 days of Christmas? What's that song? On the 6th day of Christmas.
I don't know. You know.
Whatever that is.
Is it 25 days?
25 days of Christmas?
I don't know, man. Don't ask me.
Let us know in the comments because we are daft. How many days of Christmas? How many days of Christmas? I sound stupid. How many days of Christmas is that song? Anyway, whatever that song is,
yeah.
I remember I've did it before where it's like 10 days of Christmas, 9 days of Christmas. I had a post every single day. And I was just like, when I look back, I'm like, you idiot. What the hell are you doing? But I did 1 year where it was transformations, and that was pretty cool because like I've got however many transformations it was. I was like,
I love that.
That was cool.
I like that. Like this year, that's what I'm thinking. I want to do like a 30-day kind of thing. It's like, how many people got 30 transformation? Do you mean? Like people do that lead up. They do 7 days of Christmas, right? It's like, 7 transformations. But it's like, if you can bang out 1 transformation every single day in the whole month, it's like, shit, man. How many people can like legit do that?
Yeah, because I remember I'd done, wouldn't have been last year, but I'd made a proper like little design carousel for me. It wasn't 30 days at the time. I can't remember how many days it was, but it was like, I was like, I'm pretty proud of this. But the engagement on it was 0. I don't even know if I can't remember how many signs I got in January, but I was proud of myself. But I think just generic content and planning it out, like, just needs to go in the bin before New Year. Like that needs to be old year, new me. So that's what I think with that.
It's hard, isn't it, when you want to plan content ahead, right? Because it keeps you organized. But at the same time, you get stuck in this kind of box where some of the content is just shit, basically, because it's not, you're having to think about the content, right? Versus sometimes just doing something off the cuff. What you see something, what inspires you, in that moment? Then you can, write it down, or post it.
Because I'm not saying like planning content is bad, by the way. Like it's definitely not. There is and I think it depends on who you are, how you work, etc. But I find when I used to plan content myself, that same thing, I was in a box, and it was like, think of a topic that's informational, think of a topic that's educational, and it's like, and then that's when it becomes generic, because it was like, Monday I'm going to talk about protein or food, nutrition. Tuesday I'm going to talk about
Tuesday. Yeah,
that's what I mean. And then hump day, Wednesday, and all this shit. And I ain't got humps to fucking post. You know what I mean? And then like, but I found myself putting myself in that box. And this, like, when I do this 90-day thing, I was like, it wasn't planned, so it wasn't like, next week you're going to start 90 days. I literally got off a call with Dan, and he was like, I want you to post 90 days. And like, me being me, I was like, all right, then you fucking tell me what to do. Okay, I'll do that. And then my first post was that day, and I didn't really have time to paralysis over analysis. I didn't have time to do anything. It was just like, all right, post. I've not planned anything, but I've just got to get into the routine. And now I'm in the routine. It's a lot easier at the moment. It's still only been like 3 weeks maybe. So at the moment, it's still quite easy to think of ideas and get ideas. But again, if you're just posting what you're doing, like if I have a client question, I'll just post that. If I have a client win, I'll post that. If I'm training and I find something that I want to, oh, that felt nice, I'll post that. Like, and it's stuff like that. I think that really helps.
Yeah. Try not to make it too much about content.
I know. I'm just thinking we're talking
like
about gym floor. Carry on. So that was a side mission.
Yeah. So what do you think about taking time off then? Like, I think we spoke about in the beginning and how, you know, we struggle, a lot of coaches kind of struggle to take time off. How do you take time off, like when it comes to like Christmas? Like, what are your plans now?
Being honest, I'm working on it. Like, I wouldn't say workaholic, but I do know it's hard to say you work too much because if you've got big goals, it takes hard work. But there is a time like where if you're working, you're not necessarily doing good work because you have to. It's just like training and nutrition. You have to be, if you want to get a PB, you have to be well rested, well recovered, and well fed. If you want to grow your business, you have to be personally like well rested, motivated, etc. So I find that question difficult to answer because it's a challenge for me. So what I tend to do and what I've started doing is I won't just say I'm taking the day off and I'll sit at home. I'll plan a day or an event or something. And that something is like I can't take my laptop. So I'll plan like, not the zoo because you don't go zoo in the winter, but I'll plan an event like where it may be like Winter Wonderland or Christmas market or something. And that forces me to go and do something, not on my laptop, not on my phone. And then that's my version of time off. And rather than say I'm going to take a week, then be pissed off if I do take a week, or be pissed off when I only take 2 days, I give myself some leeway. So rather than say I'll take a week, I'll say I won't work in the day. And in the evening, if I feel antsy, I'll do an hour then. And normally when I get to the evening, I'm tired. So I'm like, I can't bother to work now. But I'll give myself like parameters. So it's like, I don't feel completely like I'm unproductive, but I also feel like I've had time. If it's 6 hours, 8 hours, if I've had a day where I've done something that's completely not work related.
Have you ever done anything like what Dan does, you know, where, you know, he'll say, oh, I'm on holiday from this week to this week and just taking like a whole week off?
No.
Never. Like.
I want to.
Yeah.
And that, again, that's something I'm working on. Because like even when I take time off now, like if I go away for a mini break or whatever else, my laptop's like, I can't remember the last time I travelled somewhere without my laptop.
Yeah, so I'm travelling tomorrow, right? I'm going to Spain for a week. I'm taking my laptop.
This is what I mean. Like it's hard. But are you working when you're out there?
I'm working. Yeah.
So like, is it a holiday?
Working in a different country.
So yeah, exactly. So do you class it as a holiday then, or do you class it as like a work?
I still see it as a holiday. I still structure like my day in terms of like, these are the hours I'm going to be working. Like I've got heavy checking days on like maybe Monday, Tuesday. But yeah, I'll probably do some work in advance. I'll probably try to create a bit of content. Maybe do some filming ahead of time. I'll just do some editing when I'm there.
You have to do it and get your DJI out, get your vlogging.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I don't know. I think work is for PTs, and I feel like everything is just all mushed together, right? As part of your life. It's very hard. Like even when you're something as simple as posting to Instagram stories, right? I see that as work. I don't see that as enjoyment. Because if I was really like to do I wouldn't be posting stories. You know, that's me time off. I'm not posting on stories. But so even then, like you're always kind of thinking, and like when I'm just kind of sitting around or talking to people, I'm still thinking about content. I'm still thinking, okay, what's this person's? How can I, you know, make this into, you know, content, or this story is, you know, it could be memorable in terms of, you know, writing an email or something like that. So I'm always kind of in work mode, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's a challenge because, as you said, if you don't work, you don't get paid, or that's what we think. And I think, especially in this day and age, we can create our life. Like, just like we said, Dan does, like Dan's income doesn't take a hit because he takes a week off or 2 weeks off. It stays the same or goes up because he's more refreshed, whatever else. So
I've only ever had 2 coaches that have done that. Like Dan and Jeff Alberts from 3DMJ, they actually take time off. Like they email and they say, look, I've never had any issues with it.
We're setting a stall out from the start, right? So you know expectations.
I've never had. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, you want to go on holiday, and because I'm a coach, I'm like, okay, cool, man, do your thing. You know, I can survive. You know.
Right. So before we wrap up, then I'm gonna spring a question on you. I've had this one up my sleeve for about 12 minutes. What is your favorite Christmas memory, or most memorable Christmas moment?
That's hard. I think for me, it's growing up. So the flat that I'm living in now, it was my grandma's.
Oh wow!
And we used to have loads of people come over. I think there was one Christmas that was so memorable that I say my aunt and my uncle, they live in America, so I'd say I haven't, and my cousins as well. I see them on like pictures, but I've never seen them in person really growing up. And that was like the first year that I'd seen them and been old enough to really engage and understand and have a conversation. And that year for me was the most memorable, just because of the family that was there.
Cool, man. That's cool.
What about yourself?
So I can't remember the specific year because I was young, but it was like one of the Christmases where, and it doesn't happen anymore, where it snowed on Christmas Day.
Oh wow!
So like, because my next door neighbour, he lives in Canada now. He like would always used to go around his house and everything at Christmas, same age as me, and then everyone on the estate would all have like a massive snowball fight basically, and it's like I must have been between 12 and 15, I would say, something like that. Not 15 because snowball fights at 15. I'll say 12 and 14. Give myself some leeway here, not a nerd. But like Christmas Day, snowman, snowball fights, and then like, because I used to open my presents, and this was like near enough every year. Open my presents, go to his house, see what he got. Then all my family live in the same area, so I'd then walk to my nan's, walk to my cousins, walk to my other cousins, and just see what everyone got. So like that was probably like one of my highlights. And then when you get too old and no one's getting presents anymore, it's like, what do I do now? So for me, like probably.
Yeah, I think I was about a similar age, like 13.
16 in that.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. All right, should we call it a day for this one?
Yeah, man. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what your most memorable Christmas was. And you can find me on Instagram at Gym with Him, and my co-host Jewade is at Jewade Graham Coach. And we'll see you all in the next one. And it's a happy Christmas from me.
And a bar humbug from me.